At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. I was able to check. I wanted to go ahead and do this. I'm going to take you to this instead. This is much better. What? There we go. I wanted to show you full screen of this because this is absolutely gorgeous. I was able to check out some of the photos that some of you had sent, and Rowdy Kelly yesterday, I think it was a couple of days ago, sent this picture here from a couple of mornings ago out on the coast there. This is absolutely gorgeous, my friends. You can take a look at Rowdy Kelly sending this photo of a sunset picture. You can kind of look off the left there, some of the ocean. You got the mountains just kind of, oh man, it's just kind of rolling down there into the ocean. Just absolutely gorgeous area that we live in here. I also want to encourage everyone to share your photos. It's very easy to do that from the free Weather NorCal app in particular. That's the easiest way to do it. And at the very bottom of it, you can just give it permission to go to your camera, to your photos, and then you can share any photos that you want. I will try to share one once a day, depending on how many of you send those photos in the 6 o'clock in the morning update that I record every morning, and right here on Coffee with Krueger. So be sure to check that out. Also, want to remind you that we are doing a ticket giveaway. That ticket giveaway is, of course, something that I'm excited about because I've got lots of great tickets to give away for you. And all you have to do is send me an email to mkrueger@weathernorcal.com, or you can go to the website. Just go to weathernorcal.com, click on Contact, and from there, you just fill out the form, give me your name, and you will be entered into the contest. So I'm very excited about that, and we will be announcing the winners, because there are going to be at least 3 sets of tickets I'll be giving away. Those winners will be announced on Monday. So yeah, after this weekend, we go into Monday. We got Coffee with Krueger at 6:30 in the morning, and we'll be announcing the winners then. So be sure to tune in then, and I'll, of course, be contacting everybody as well who won those tickets. This is your Krueger's Quickcast. For those of you who just want to head out the door early this morning and get yourself ready to go. Well, this is what it looks like for your Friday, May 9th, heading out the door this morning. You're heading out to work, getting the kids off to school. You got mainly clear skies out there this morning. A couple of passing high clouds. I do expect partly cloudy skies, though, for pretty much everyone, even parts of the valley. There is a weak disturbance that'll push through, kind of undercut that ridge of high pressure. And we've got some fog along the coast, which should burn off for the most part as we get into closer to the noon hour and through the afternoon. Temperatures right now, upper 50s for Redding, 56 degrees in Chico. Still pretty cool out in Alturas at about 35 degrees, 44 degrees in Susanville. And we've got those mid to upper 40s right now out along the coast. Hoopa, about 48 degrees. So there's your satellite image, and we're clearly seeing that spin of low pressure kind of in the center of your screen right there. That's what's going to be approaching over the next few days. It's going to do a few things as it approaches. Number one, temperatures will start to slowly drop. Even tomorrow, the peak of the warming trend is today and tomorrow technically, but even tomorrow, temperatures may drop by a degree or two. Then a much bigger drop on Monday, and an even more significant drop, for Sunday, Mother's Day, and then Monday, an even bigger drop. With that, it'll also bring us eventually a chance for some rain by Monday, and the winds will progressively get stronger as that area of low pressure begins to approach as well. So let's take a look at Futurecast for today. And I don't think Futurecast is doing a very good job with some of the clouds that are approaching here this afternoon, but I do expect partly cloudy skies for most of you in the mountains, even for the coast. And the valley will probably see some high and a few mid-level clouds move in, but overall, still plenty of sunshine throughout the day today. That's going to be the case here with clear skies here for tonight. Fog redeveloping, especially around Humboldt Bay. Now, the winds this morning, they're fairly calm, so that's good. That's also helping to keep those temperatures a little bit cooler this morning. They're going to be fairly calm this morning as well. But by the afternoon, all right, a little bit on the breezy side, 10 to 15 miles per hour, but nothing to be too terribly concerned about. And then fairly calm going into tonight. But stay tuned to the deeper dive forecast because we're going to take a look at those winds as they'll get progressively stronger going into your Mother's Day and even into your Monday as well, and really Saturday afternoon. So there's a look at your forecast for today. Temperatures somewhere in the low 90s for your daytime highs in the valley. We're going to be looking at those temperatures in the 70s, even some 80s for the higher elevations, and upper 50s to around 60 for the coast. Tonight, Upper 50s till around 60 for the valley, mainly 40s for the higher elevations and 40s and 50s for places like Trinity County, and mid 40s for the coast here for tonight. So looking at your 7-day forecast, it'll be dry for the valley throughout the weekend. But look at the temperature. 91 Saturday, about a 10-degree drop from Saturday to Sunday, and about a 15-degree drop from Sunday to Monday, with a chance for showers on Monday, so significantly cooler. We're going to take a closer look at how much rain we expect out of that in the deeper dive here in just a bit. We take a look at the showers that we have on Monday. Now the coast, inland and Trinity County. By Sunday night, you're seeing showers move in, but the main event will be on Monday, a chance for showers on Tuesday, but don't expect much on Tuesday. Again, most of it's going to be on Monday. And then Wednesday, Thursday, it dries out, and we start to warm things back up as well. So there's Siskiyou, Modoc County, Eastern Mountains, also dry through the weekend, but there's that rain coming in Monday. Slight chance. And really, for Tuesday, it's kind of one of those things where I think we could just see some spotty showers in some of the higher elevations. And that's really going to be about it. So mainly dry for your Tuesday, and then warming up for Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Take a look at some of the cameras around the region. There you can see the spillway out at Lake Oroville. Of course, letting some water out there. This is looking out at Lake Oroville North Forebay. We've got those calm winds out there, making for a beautiful sight out there at the lake. Main Street, Chico. We've got plenty of sunshine here this morning, making for some big shadows. It's that time of the day where you're the low angle of the sun, and that just kind of gives you that big shadow, making things look bigger than they actually are. But we got the, of course, just an indication of the sunny skies we have out there this morning. Just a couple of passing high clouds. Let's look at Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive this morning. Taking a look this morning now at Crescent City. Yeah, we've got some of that fog out there this morning for parts of the coast, but I do expect a lot of that to burn off here as we go into the morning and get closer to midday. You can see here, this is north of Trinidad at Elk Country, and also turning out to be kind of just some of the low clouds hanging out there as well. Well, today is Friday. Now, typically on Friday we do Pet of the Week, which I'll have Pet of the Week on Facebook, so you can see who it is this week. But we have a special edition of NorCal Ag Report. Typically it's on Thursdays, but I couldn't get the interview with Ted Bambino until yesterday. So we're airing his interview today on a special edition of our NorCal Ag Report, sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. Let me hold on a second. I'm having some technical issues. Hold on one second. Let's try it one more time. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Krueger, and you are watching NorCal Ag, sponsored by Lassen County Nursery. This is a special edition because, as you know, we've got the Reading Rodeo coming up here, and it's a very exciting time. With me right now, I've got Ted Bambino. He's the president of the Reading Rodeo, I guess that
Association.
The association.
Yep,
yes,
sir.
There's all kinds of official titles here, but I think we got it. I'm the chief meteorologist at Weather NorCal. And here's the deal. We have got some great new exciting things happening this year at the Reading Rodeo. What is the main thing that really, I think we all know what everyone's talking about, right?
Right. We got two good things.
Yes.
We got breakaway roping, which is new to us. It's been around the rodeo industry for quite a few years, primarily in the Texas area.
Okay.
But it's migrated all over the country, and it's where women rope calves, just similar to a regular roping event. But when they rope the calf, their rope breaks away from their saddle once the calf extends out, and that stops their time.
That's when the clock
so
stops.
It's a pretty fast-paced event, so anywhere from 2 to 5 seconds is a good time in there. But these girls are good. They're very athletic. They throw a rope well. They ride their horses well, and it's a lot of fun.
So that's really exciting. I think I think it's kind of great to get women involved in all that. I think one day maybe get the women to get out down there and do their feet too.
Yeah,
right?
maybe so. the beauty about it with the women's event that we do here at Reading Rodeo is we put the same amount of purse money available to them, added monies, as we do the bull riders.
Okay.
So as far as equality and the monies, we're there for them, and they're excited about that opportunity. So we get a lot of them entering in here, and we'll run slack on Wednesday, which slack is a qualifying event during the day. The ones that qualify go to the big show, and we'll have about, I think, 15 per night for the 4 nights of rodeo. That's the second big deal, is we're going 4 full nights of rodeo this year, to where in years past we had bulls and barrels on Wednesday night, and then full rodeo on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And this year, Redding Rodeo will be the largest 4-day rodeo in Northern California.
Oh, that's awesome,
So
right?
we're excited.
Have there been years, and correct me if I'm wrong, have there been years where you have day rodeos where people come to the rodeo and it's during the day?
You know, not in the last 15 years that I know of. I know originally, obviously, before lights were part of the deal, there was day rodeos, but we pretty much primarily stay to the evening times because it's such a beautiful time of year here, as you know as a weather guy, right?
Well, and it's going to be warming up, and
it
that's
will
the
be,
because the highs are going to be, probably in the upper 80s, low 90s by the time we get to the end of that. But as you get into the evening, it really does start to cool down.
It does, and the sun goes down behind these trees on the west side. There's no better spot by the river.
That's awesome. Well, anything else you can think about as far as the rodeo and all the good stuff that's going on here?
There's just a lot. We have our steak feed this Saturday night, which will have mutton busting slack. We'll be mutton busting 150 kids on Saturday, followed by the steak feed at 5 o'clock on the arena floor here behind me. And then Monday we have Special Kids Day, which is a very special event. And then Tuesday night we have the Hall of Fame, which is our 3rd year of the Hall of Fame, and we'll be inducting 4 inductees into this year's Hall of Fame, which is the people that were instrumental in getting the rodeo to where it is 77 years later.
All right. Well, that is so exciting. I'm sure we could go on. We could probably talk for half an hour about what's going on here. But I appreciate your time. I know you're a busy guy. Trying to get an interview with you. I've had my marketing person calling you. Michelle has been calling you. Oh, can you do this? Can you do that? So you're a busy man. I appreciate your time.
We appreciate what you do.
Well, thank you so much. And we will see you next time for NorCal Ag, sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. Once again, I want to thank Kenny Elwood for that. We're going to mention our sponsor. It's Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. So thank you to Wind River for your support, and we take a look at that ticket giveaway one last time, at least for Coffee with Krueger, because by the time we get to Monday morning, we're going to be giving those tickets away that you're seeing in this giveaway contest here. So just all you got to do for me is just email me at mkrueger@weathernorcal.com. You'll be entered in the contest. Make sure to include your name, and that's all I need. You can also go to the website, weathernorcal.com. Click on Contacts in that menu section at the top. Fill out the form, and you're good to go. You've got yourselves entered into the contest. Take a look at this. This is just such a gorgeous shot. I had to share it again. This is out in the Shelter Cove area, I believe. There's the ocean, the mountains. I mean, just these beautiful colors in the sunset picture. I want to thank Rowdy Kelly for sharing this photo. You know what Rowdy did? Rowdy went to the app and shared this photo. And it's so easy. A click of a few buttons here and there, boom, I've got this photo up ready to share. So you can see it in the 6 o'clock in the morning update. You're seeing it right here on Coffee with Krueger. And if you want to share your photos, whether it's a sunset, sunrise, your dog, a beautiful waterfall, a hike that you went on, maybe some flowers, whatever, just highlighting the beautiful landscape of this area. We'd love to see your photos. All you have to do is go to the Weather NorCal app, the free Weather NorCal app, and share your photos from there. And you just might be lucky enough to see it on that 6 o'clock in the morning update and right here on Coffee with Krueger. Let's take you right to those temperatures right now. We're sitting at about 58 degrees for Redding, down to Corning and Willows, 56 degrees in Chico. You've got those temperatures in the 30s. Still pretty chilly this morning out in Alturas at 35. 44 degrees in Susanville, 39 for Quincy. And we got those mid to upper 40s right now for the coast. So here's our headlines. Today and tomorrow is the peak of the warming trend. Now, I think really today is the peak because temperatures will drop slightly, but still very warm for your Saturday. Now, also with the approaching storm system, we got those winds picking up. Today, not so much. Tomorrow, yes, and they'll be even stronger on Mother's Day and even going into Monday of next week. Now, speaking of that, much cooler and a chance for showers by Monday. That's really going to be the main event. And really, the forecast model has been pretty good alignment and pretty good consistency that Monday's the day. Monday's the day that we're going to see the cooler weather and the day that we're going to see the best chance for measurable rainfall. Now, after Monday, though, we're going to start to see a gradual warming trend from the mid-60s in the valley on Monday to mid to upper 80s by next Friday. So just a gradual uptick in those temperatures. So here's the satellite image. Here's what we got going on. You see this cloud cover right here? That's just going to be slowly pushing eastward today. So it's not going to be totally sunny. For the valley in particular, you're talking, high clouds, a few mid-level clouds, that's it. But still a lot of sunshine and kind of the sun filtered through some of those clouds. Now in the mountains, we're going to call it partly cloudy skies, partly to mostly cloudy skies for parts of the coast. This area of low pressure right here, yeah, it's spinning. It looks pretty impressive, and it is. But really, this energy here is not going to impact us until we get into early next week. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got going on here. Talked about the timing. Some of the fog this morning along the coast. We saw that on the image on the some of those cameras. You can see it kind of clears out here by the afternoon. Now, I don't think Futurecast is doing a very good job in really kind of painting in the picture as far as the cloud cover is concerned. But it is going to be, for the most part, partly cloudy skies today. You can see that we do have the mostly cloudy skies here for the coast. That's the fog tomorrow morning. That'll burn off a bit as we go through Saturday afternoon. I think we could see another day of some clouds in the higher elevations and some passing high clouds for the valley. This is nothing to be concerned about if you want dry weather because it looks like it may pass through Siskiyou County maybe sometime late Saturday night, but nothing to write home about and most likely won't even materialize. You can see Sunday morning, we're starting to see that fog really going to kind of make its way into some of those inland valleys, but still dry and still clear for Sunday morning. Here's Mother's Day, your forecast, by the way, that we're looking at, right? Then we go into the afternoon. It's picking up on a little bit of shower activity, trying to push through, say, places like Doris, Tule Lake, for example. But really, for the most part, you can see it's dry. The main band of moisture is right here. That's what's going to be moving in sometime Sunday night into Monday. So let's take a look at our mid-range forecast. A little bit more of a coarse model, but it still gives us a good idea of what to expect. So again, you can see it shows it as more organized as we saw just a second ago. It probably won't be as organized as this. It'll be scattered showers. So as you can see, as we go into Sunday night around 10 p.m., it's pushing through. This might be overdoing it on the overall intensity, but you get the idea. And then you can see here, maybe some shadowing to start off here for the valley. Shadowing meaning not a lot of rainfall, if anything, for Monday morning, but then eventually that'll push through around mid-morning and into the afternoon, some of those showers for the valley. That's midday on Monday, most of it now off to the east. We're still seeing some showers for the coast and the mountains, and could still see some scattered light showers here for parts of the valley as we go through the afternoon on Monday. And then as we go into Monday night, into Tuesday, things are drying out, but it looks like we're going to see still a slight chance for showers for some of the higher elevations on Tuesday, maybe even along the coast, but should remain dry on Tuesday for the valley. By Wednesday, maybe some afternoon showers and thunderstorms for some of the higher elevations, especially out towards the northern Sierra. But otherwise, we're not going to see much activity, it looks like, here through next week. Now, the European forecast model is a little bit more aggressive on the potential for afternoon showers and thunderstorms for some of the mountains through parts of next week. We're also watching this. This is very weak and most likely won't have much of an impact on our weather other than maybe a chance for a few showers Friday night into Saturday for the coast and maybe some of the mountains. But otherwise, that's the extent of it. So here's what we got here. And I just kind of put it through Tuesday because really this is for today through Tuesday. And you're, wow, look at all the rain for today through Tuesday. Well, okay, yes. But most of what you're seeing here is for Monday. That's the main event. That's when most of the rain will be falling. Now, I will say this. I think that the forecast model, and this model I like to go to a lot because it tends to be a little less aggressive with the rainfall, and I tend to agree with it a lot more than if we were to look at the American or even the European forecast model. I could do that for you, but you would see so many different numbers. And I don't like to do that because it just confuses you more. So what I like to do is take one generalized map, and then give you some perspective on it. So we look at these colors right here, right? You start getting into the blues here, right? And even in the purple. Now you're talking an inch and a half, excuse me, an inch and a quarter to an inch and a half. That's too much. I don't think it's going to be that much. I would say that for the coast and some of the mountains, we're talking upwards of an inch, a half an inch to an inch of rain once all is said and done. Maybe a little bit more than that in some spots here, but on average, about a half an inch to an inch for the higher elevations. Now, we take a look at the valley. If we were looking at this map yesterday, it didn't have any of the dark green over the valley. But I will say this, I would say that on average, we're talking about 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. There are some places, north end of the valley, east side of the valley, kind of hugs the foothills, maybe upwards of 1/4 of an inch. But I think as you go above 1/4 of an inch, that might be pushing it. So 1/10 on average, give or take, for the valley. So you get the idea, right? Heaviest amount of rainfall will be on the coast in the higher elevations and less for the valley. This is not a big rainfall event, especially for the valley. And I do know that it's Kids Day on Monday for the Reading Rodeo. It's going to be nice and cool for you. Just make sure that the kids have something to, just bring an umbrella. You might need that umbrella, maybe a poncho, because it might rain a little bit here, but I don't anticipate any heavy downpours. So still should be able to have some good fun out there, and it won't be too hot. I mean, nobody likes it when it's 100 degrees outside, right? It won't be. All right, so there you can see the winds here for this morning. Yeah, they're not that bad, right? Fairly calm. And they're really not picking up a whole lot this afternoon. Nothing unusual, 10 to 15 miles per hour from the south. Now, as the storm system approaches, though, on Saturday and Sunday, you see the winds are picking up Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, coming in from the north-northwest and coming in from the southwest off into the eastern mountains. So really the strongest winds look to be in the valley and in particular off to the east. Not so much along the coast just yet, but by Mother's Day, all right, if you have any outdoor plans on Mother's Day, the morning will be best, maybe a Mother's Day breakfast instead of a brunch, because as you start going to the afternoon, those winds will start to pick up. You can see it coming in from the west, 20, 25 miles per hour, and even possibly over 30 miles per hour as you head over to the eastern mountains, and even the coast, seeing some pretty gusty winds there too for Mother's Day afternoon. So we take a look at the roller coaster ride. We're going to switch gears from the rain and the wind, and now let's just talk about temperatures, because temperatures are warming up today. Today's the peak, and then that warmer air starts to shift eastward on Saturday. Temperatures drop slightly. By Sunday and especially Monday, you see how this cooler air starts to kind of cool down. Now, one of the things I'll point out about this is this forecast model this morning is backing off on how deep this trough of low pressure moves in. The deeper it moves in, the cooler it gets. So maybe not as cool as initially thought, but I'd say somewhere in the mid to upper 60s for those daytime highs on Monday. That then shifts down to the south and east. Still cool on Tuesday, but we're starting the upward trend in those temperatures, because then that moves out and we start to see this ridge of high pressure slowly build in. But here's the thing, look at this. You see the storm system right here? There's a bit of a trough. Now this should mainly stay to our north, and that's what I'm anticipating at this point. But this is going to help to flatten out the ridge. So instead of a nice prominent ridge, it's a fairly flat ridge. Now that's significant to our forecast because it means it won't be as hot. Now that's good, right? Because nobody wants to see those triple digits. At least not many people want to see those triple digits or even 90s. And I think it should stay in the 80s. So we're talking mid 60s Monday, 70s by Tuesday, and then low to mid 80s by the time we go into, say, Wednesday, Thursday. And by Friday of next week, maybe somewhere in the upper 80s. But I don't expect any major heat wave as we extend into the longer range. So you can see that trend here. What we're seeing here, and if we also included the chance for showers and kind of showing what we're dealing with here. So next Wednesday, this is right here, the Reading Rodeo. Look at that. No rain for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And then you can see temperatures just ticking upward. Now the thing is, the temperatures you'll experience at the beginning of the rodeo are these temperatures right here, because that's kind of the peak of the warming of the day. But then once the sun sets, those temperatures will drop. So yeah, it might be a little warm on Saturday, but shouldn't be too bad. And then by Sunday, it's warming up to the 90s. So again, this is this weekend that we're seeing right here. So by Mother's Day 81, there's that Monday chance for showers, and then start to slowly tick upward with those temperatures through next week. So let's take a look at the lake levels. We did see a slight drop at Shasta Lake, but still 96% capacity there. Very healthy lake levels. Nothing too alarming at this point here over the last week or so. I want to show you the fire weather risk because this is something I need to start showing you now. Because yes, we don't have as many fuels as we typically see in the summer, so fire danger not quite as high if this were, say, a month from now, but we still have the humidity levels very low, down to about 10% on average. That's low, folks. That's really low. And typically, when you have a south wind, humidity levels aren't as low, but still very dry nonetheless. And in fact, we take you into your Saturday where those winds are still, they're coming out of the north a little bit through a good portion of the day and then eventually coming more from the south. But even on Saturday, down to the single digits in many cases here. So once those winds start to pick up, especially on Mother's Day, we need to be careful because we're going to be really sucking out a lot of that moisture, especially with more of a north wind most likely on Sunday as well. Wave heights for today, they are not that bad. They're going to be decreasing here going into the weekend. So if you need to be on a small boat over the weekend, at least for Saturday, looks pretty good. There you can see those north winds at 5 to 10 knots today. Waves from the north at 2 feet at 8 seconds and from the northwest at 5 feet at 11 seconds. No advisories. So for today, your Trinity County neighborhood forecast, you're dry through the weekend, showers on Monday. Really, for everyone, we're going to be looking at dry through the weekend, showers by Sunday night into Monday. And really Sunday night, mainly for the coast. But it's Monday that most of us are going to see those showers. So today, yeah, Trinity County, temperatures south of Highway 299 in the upper 70s to low 80s. For southern Humboldt County, 80 degrees for Garberville as well as Miranda. Red Crest about 74. Shelter Cove about 64 degrees today. For Ferndale, about 62 degrees, 65 in Fortuna. Rio Dell about 66, and those showers coming in by early next week. All right, let's take you up to the north, about 59 degrees for Eureka, 61 for McKinleyville, 84 in Hoopa. It's getting warm out in Willow Creek with a high today of about 87 degrees, 69 out towards Gas Key, 66 in Smith River, and Oric, a high of about 63 degrees. There's your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. Highway 96 corridor, temperatures mid to upper 80s. Probably somewhere in the mid 80s here for the I-5 corridor there. We're dry today, we're dry tomorrow, dry even on Sunday, but by Monday, yeah, you got that chance for showers. That includes Scott Valley with 82 today for Callahan, 84 for Greenview, Fort Jones, and Etna. Central and eastern Siskiyou County dry through Sunday as well, and then showers Sunday night into Monday. 82 in Weed, 79 degrees for Tennant today, and Tule Lake about 81 degrees. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, Newell 81. I've got you at partly cloudy skies this afternoon with temperatures slowly dropping down to the mid 50s with that chance for rain on Monday. Really with the really good chance for rain. 78 degrees for Hat Creek, 78 for Fall River Mills, 83 in Paynes Creek and Bernie. You're dry through the weekend with your showers by Monday. Lake Elminor, Lassen Park. It's mid to upper 70s for the perimeter of the lake. At Chester about 79 and Westwood about 76 degrees here for today. We take you down to the south with Paradise about 84, 84 for Quincy, and looks like Susanville about 85 degrees. Your Valley neighborhood forecast to the south, of course, it's getting warmer out there. Temperatures in the low 90s for your daytime highs, 93 for Los Molinos, 92 degrees for Durham. And let's take a look at your 7-day forecast for Chico. Low 90s for Friday, Saturday. Mother's Day, we're talking about 81 degrees with dry conditions. Much cooler for Monday with that chance for showers. Temperatures in the mid 60s. We take you up north. City of Shasta Lake about 90. 86 for Lakehead. 92 in Palo Cedro and Cottonwood and Whiskeytown about 86 degrees. There's your 7-day forecast for Redding. And you can see those temperatures around 90 through Saturday. Now, we do expect a nice drop in our temperatures for your Mother's Day. Dry but breezy, borderline windy, especially by the afternoon. We got the showers on Monday. Not a ton of rain, but rain nonetheless is in the forecast with temperatures in the mid 60s. Temperatures warming up after that. We're back up to 72 degrees on Tuesday. Wednesday, about 80 degrees, and Thursday topping out at about 85 degrees. You know, one of the things that I did forget to check is, let's do this. We're going to keep it up at the 7-day forecast so you can take a look at that. And I am behind the scenes here. I'm going to take a look at if we're going to be like threatening any records or anything like that. Let's go to the climate. We'll just kind of check out the valley because that's where we're going to be really the warmest. Let me double check here. Observed weather today, Redding. All right, so well, see now it's just showing. Okay, here we go. No. Today, temperature Reading for day. All right, the record is 96. I don't think we're going to be approaching the records. No. I don't know if Oroville will be in there. Maybe let's check Red Bluff real quick. Let's see if Red Bluff is seeing the same here. Red Bluff's record 98 in Red Bluff. We're not going to get up to 98 degrees. See if Oroville, sometimes the records are a little iffy in Oroville. They tend to be a little less extensive, and that's the situation. So I don't think we're going to see record-breaking temperatures. Let's just put it that way. Let's check in with some of you this morning. We got Rowdy Kelly saying it is foggy. Foggy in McKinleyville this morning. Cover me up, just my eyes. Kind of like my coffee with Krueger, right? Foggy this morning. Yeah, not surprised. We're certainly seeing that fog this morning on the coast. I think that should burn off, though. Sound went off for a while. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Maybe we lost a bit of the stream. I don't know. Thank you, Don Arnold, for that report here. And so, how long? I wonder how that was going on. Could be the batteries. Who knows? Could be a bad connection. It's a pretty good connection there. All right. Well, that's interesting to hear. When I'm up at the wall, I can't really monitor all of that. So there you go. Well, that's going to do it for us this morning, folks. We don't have much more to really talk about other than the fact that the weekend is almost here. We got Mother's Day coming up on Sunday. Do you have any big plans over the weekend? Looks like you're going to be in pretty good shape temperature-wise. Should be pretty nice out there. I am anticipating that we'll take a look at some of the cameras out there and see what's going on. Let's get you to it. But yeah, Mother's Day coming up on Sunday. Should be cooler with temperatures in the low 80s for the valley, and a little gusty out there, though, especially by the afternoon. And then by Monday, yes, we've got cooler weather and a chance for rain. Well, that's going to do it for me this morning, folks. Hope you have a great Friday. Hope you have a better weekend. I will be here filling in for Chase over the weekend, so you will be getting your weather updates from yours truly for Saturday and Sunday, giving you the latest on the approaching storm system. In the meantime, have a great day, and we'll see you over the weekend.